Welcome, everybody, to Gehenna Gaming's Saturday Night One-Shots. I am your host. I am your GM for the night, Marcosius, also known as Mark. And I have a couple of friends here with me. We're going to be diving into Cult's Divinity Lost. With me, as always, is Rick, also known as Def Malkavian,
hey, everybody.
co-founder and VP of Content Development. How you doing, Rick?
Swell.
You excited?
Ready to play some Cult.
Mm-hmm. I also have two elder gods from our Patreon. Rob from the No Direction Network, our Monster Hearts 2 actual play Gehenna Valley, where he plays Donovan. And of course, the other elder god, Jay. He is a Patreon supporter of Gehenna Gaming, frontline medical hero, and a fantastic role player. I've played in a couple of games with you at this point, and I am in awe at your approach. And honestly, same thing goes for you, Rob, which is actually one of the reasons why we asked you to come on.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is my first time playing with these two guys instead of being the storyteller. So
Pretty exciting.
Good luck, Rick.
I might set you on fire this time.
Well, the last two Saturday Night One-Shots we did, I really threw Wes under the bus, so he's not here.
So here's the deal. If you're watching this, you're obviously a fan of what we do. If you're watching this for the first time, every other Saturday, it's kind of a mixed bag. It's been every Saturday at this point. We take on a one shot of a game line. We bring some players in. Sometimes it's one of the Gehenna Gaming nerds that come on and play. Sometimes it's people that are not part of Gehenna Gaming. But ultimately, the idea is to really give you a taste of what the game is about. Tonight, we're going to be giving you a taste of what Kult is all about. And specifically, we're going to be running a scenario, which was written by Robin Liljenberg, and I screwed up that last name, but Robin Liljenberg wrote a fantastic scenario. It's a one-on-one scenario, kind of a rules-light scenario that allows you to kind of have one GM, one player, and just try Kult out. It's kind of the date night Kult. It's the bottle of wine, four and a half glasses of wine, maybe water or whatever you partake in. I don't care. Try Kult out. Today, we're going to do things a little bit differently. It is going to be semi-rules light. It's going to be semi-fly by the seat of your pants, but I have prepared a entire scenario here and even tested it on some of our other Patreons. But I need to talk about something here. Consent. Cult Divinity Lost is what I call the black metal of tabletop role-playing games, which means it can go pretty dark and pretty heavy. So safety and consent is extremely important, especially when you're playing with people that you might not know that well. Fortunately, I know these guys pretty well. However, I did have them fill out a consent form anyways. And as part of our contract here, which the safety mechanic is probably one of my favorite parts of Kult. It talks about how to kind of stay in the spirit of Kult, to really dive yourself into the horror of it, but at the same time, have respect for your players and yourselves, and just make sure everything's on the up and up and everybody knows what they're getting into. Here's what we're not going to be getting into. There's not going to be any direct harm to children kind of on camera, because that makes me uncomfortable. There's not going to be any rape, no racism. There's not going to be any homophobia, transphobia. And I think those are our red lines, but I want to give you guys an opportunity to kind of bring one more up. If there's any red lines, if there's anything that you're like, no, please no, no spiders or heights or whatever it might be.
Good.
I think we're good.
All right. Well,
Thanks for asking, though.
Sky's the limit. I need a safe word, though. We need a safe word. Something. Maybe our watchers can tell us what safe word.
Oh, this is gonna be like the Pee Wee Herman word of the day. I just know it.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that idea. So
honey bun. Oh,
honey bun.
I was gonna say honey bun. There you go.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
So
pineapple's usually a good one too.
I
Pineapple's a
might
good one,
just
but
be partial to honey bun.
I'm kind of partial to honey bun too. I like
Yeah.
that, and plus it
Honey
gives
bun's good.
mad respect to all our honey buns out there. If you want to know what that's all about, check out Monster Hearts 2, our actual play on Monday nights at 7:30.
Somebody sent me some, and I still haven't found out whom yet.
Honey buns, like actual honey buns.
Someone sent me a box
boy.
of Krispy Kreme honey buns
That's fantastic.
after Monday's game. I don't know who, but
That's great.
Wow.
we're gonna find out.
So
I didn't know they delivered.
that's pretty awesome.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
great.
All the cast claims it wasn't them. So somebody
Ooh,
out
man.
there.
Secret
Deniability.
admirer.
You should ask on Monday. Someone
Yeah.
will fess up to it on stream, hopefully.
I also like Ferraris.
Yeah. So let's talk about themes. What are the themes of this particular scenario? We're going to be focusing on alienation, desperation. It's going to include some body horror, probably, knowing me. Religious horror, maybe. Violence. There's going to be graphic descriptions of death. So if for all of you sensitive viewers out there, viewer discretion is advised. This is definitely a content warning. This is Kult. So, things are going to get pretty dark. Kult is not for the faint of heart. And if you want to pick up a very interesting shirt that says exactly that, I highly suggest going to gehennagaming.threadless.com, where you can find some pretty cool TTRPG gear. And guess what? Our friend over here, Rob, is drinking from our limited edition, excuse me, not ours, Rusted Icon Designs limited edition Gehenna Gaming blood red crimson pint glass.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's
I want
awesome.
one.
I love it.
I don't have one. I want one.
I'm gonna have to order some.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I'm waiting for it. All right. So we have our safe word, which is honey bun. I'm actually going to write that down because I'm going to forget that. Honey bun. So if things get too heavy.
Yeah, I can get a threadless link up in here. We need more cult designs.
We do. We just have one. We just have
Right.
that one.
That's good though.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
We're just gonna have to make something happen tonight.
And I highly
Ooh,
suggest
that's a good idea.
I highly suggest picking that up ASAP, because who knows how long it's going to be allowed to be up. Anyways,
Rick's body silhouette and chalk, maybe.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that implies I'm gonna die.
That's a great idea.
Eh, there's a lot of things between death and alive.
I have a really adorable, cute little girl here that has escaped out of bed. So
Gotcha.
I want you guys to talk about what kind of cult t-shirts you want to see. And we'll be right
So-
back.
Gehenna Gaming, keeping it family friendly to the point where small children are at the cult table, or just rated R enough to allow a 5-year-old to partake.
Children can
So-
always be creepy.
So we do have some new shirts on the Gehenna Gaming Threadless. The Gehenna Valley Lumberjanes from our Monster Hearts 2 mashup, which is a pretty cool logo. It looks like a high school mascot kind of thing. We've got one that Rose Dragon designed for us. And Mark,
I love that shirt.
I didn't realize you put the actual Hydrate shirt up. I thought you just sent that to me and Ian as a joke, but that's awesome.
No, that's real.
Yeah, I love that.
That's real.
I'm gonna have to buy that.
Yeah, I was watching everybody hydrate so much that I was inspired. I made it in a very short period of time and just threw it up there so that people can get it.
Beautiful.
All right. So the kids are in bed. Candles are lit. I smudged the front of my door because I don't want the spirits coming in. Or maybe I want to keep the spirits in this room. I want to thank everybody for joining us for Saturday night one-shots to run Cult Divinity Lost. Without further ado, let's get started.
I am ready.
All right. So US Route 666 in New Mexico has quite a lot of history. The Navajo Nation considered this a kind of a sacred path that was desecrated by Western colonists. This road was known as Route 66 Route 666 for a long time, for years, until rebranding it to Route 491. It was an innovation that was led by Christian evangelists, because there were so many accidents on the road, and it kind of became this road that was synonymous with the devil. So it's kind of part of their softening this area. This road is cursed with nonsensical stories of like cars and trucks disappearing without a trace. Really, it's kind of like New Mexico's Bermuda Triangle. Truth be told, it's a long road in the desert, and most of these stories involve, strung out truckers falling asleep at the wheel, or drunk drivers, honestly. Our player characters, all of you, are traveling northbound on Route 666 towards Winged Rock. It's a monolithic mountain shard the Navajo believe was formed by a great lightning bolt from the sky, marking it as a sacred location, which the locals say is haunted. To you, this represents Plan B, an alternative meeting place if the job in Gallup goes horribly wrong. And that bank job in Gallup did go really wrong, dead wrong. It was supposed to be easy peasy, lemon squeezy, no resistance from the scared locals, and you would have been halfway to Chihuahua before those podunk cops knew what hit them. 4 highly capable criminals who don't know each other from Adam, hired by the boss to lift $1 million from a little community-owned bank. And on the way out, you find a gaggle of 5-0 waiting for you right outside. It's almost as if they were ready to nab you from the get-go, like they were tipped off ahead of time. There was a shootout. There was a gunfight. A few dead cops. Good for you. You took down a couple. Unfortunately, one of your other teammates was also taken down.
Which one?
I believe Fool. The shitty part about this is that he had a bag, a very important, large bag, kind of one of those like military satchels that when you're deployed, when military personnel are deployed, they kind of put all their clothes and belongings in. It's a giant bag that somehow fits $1 million, because $1 million is not that impressive. You didn't need a truck to carry all of that. It kind of all neatly fit into a bag. Somehow you got out of there faster than the devil, completely losing the cops right down Route 666. There's probably some jurisdictional stuff. They were local cops. You had to do some interesting creative driving. You were supposed to go south, and that's exactly where you started going down, towards Chihuahua, because that's where the meeting place was. But unfortunately, you kind of had to make some creative decisions just to lose the cops. So now you're going north. You're fleeing through the New Mexico desert in an old Cadillac DeVille with a setting sun painting the sky with fire. The AC is broken, and the hot desert wind is rushing through the windows. The fuel gauge is very low, and you expect the engine to give out at some point, the gas to run out. There hasn't been a gas station for miles, but the old girl keeps moving down that long desert road, and you don't have cops at your tail for now. You don't hear any helicopters even. I don't know. Did they let you go? Possibly. Did they get their information crossed? Who knows how they knew in the first place? I want all of you to look at your character sheet. There is a stability level. You all just got out of a really messed up bank job. So I want you to set that stability down to shaken. Yeah, let's go down to shaken. That's a good idea. All right. Let's have a question. Who's driving this Cadillac DeVille right now?
That would be me.
Who are you?
I'm Chariot, though I've told everybody to call me Charon. I'm maybe out of high school, maybe just at the cusp, maybe a couple years in the 20s, hard to tell. Young kid. Apparently everybody was supposed to dress up formally. I said that's bullshit. I'll wear what I want. So I got some hot threads, came decked out, ready to drive, ready to move fast. I like moving fast. I thought this would be a kick, so I took the job. I'm ready to go. And kind of pissed that I was sitting in the car and everything went to shit as all the cops showed up. So I was ready to go, ready to leave. And y'all suckers are lucky I waited for you.
Yeah, you did your bit, right?
Yeah.
Chariot,
I'm here for.
You didn't screw up. Chariot, may I ask what are your pronouns?
I've said he. I've said they. Either one.
Great. Now, next to Chariot, in the passenger seat, who's sitting there?
It would be me.
And who are
I
you?
am the magician, also known as Magus. So I am a criminal safe cracker thief who short gaunt gentleman who wears this formal attire that doesn't fit so well. I'm kind of made to wear it by the boss, but I did what I had to do, and kind of 5-finger discount from the Salvation Army stores.
Yeah, it's for a bank job. Like, it's why
I'm not going to spend
any?
money on it. Yeah.
Right.
Not my
Especially how
money,
hard you
anyways.
work for that cash. So so you kind of screwed up back there, Magus. Sucks.
Hot mess.
What's your pronouns?
He, him.
Okay. And as the boss has said, in any job, someone's got to ride bitch. And the boss was very insistent that Fool would ride bitch. Fool, who kind of became a little bit of a laughing stock, kind of, that friend that you have in the friends group that you rag on all the time. It's just fun to rag on him.
What he's
And
there for.
Right. But now he's not there anymore to make fun of, to lighten the mood, because he's dead. And he has a bag in his hand that the boss is going to be pretty pissed didn't make it into this car. Instead of Fool sitting in the back with you, who is sitting in the back?
That'd be me.
And who are you?
They gave me codename Death.
All right, Death.
Maybe
You're
that's
feeling
because
like Death.
maybe it's because I was supposed to die. I don't know. But I'm here.
Well, I know what Death feels like, and I'm sure you do too, but what does Death look like?
That's a very unassuming person. He looks like he could blend into the crowd very easily. Kind of looks like like some kind of used car salesman kind of guy. Maybe like an accountant. But he's here. He's here for a reason, and the boss knew that. So yeah, things went kind of tits up. My pronouns are he, him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, look at us.
A little
all
nervous.
together.
Yeah.
As you should be, Death. Because two things didn't happen. You didn't die, and you didn't successfully grab that money. So what the hell happened back there?
I don't know. The cops were there. Weren't expecting them to be there. They like knew we were going to be there.
I'm assuming it wasn't Fool who tipped him off, considering he's dead.
Could have been.
He deserved it.
Could have been. We won't know. There's a lot of gunfire.
Somebody has a big mouth.
There's a fireworks stand that you just passed. It's closed and boarded up. It's got like a big sign that says, fuzzy wigs and giant snakes with a rattlesnake and an explosion at the end of its tail. And there's a sign on the other side of the road. This is now entering Little Water. If you lived here, you'd be home by now.
Trying to keep a steady speed. Don't want to burn up more gas than I need, but gonna be happy to keep moving.
Now, there's something that I kind of want to do, which is kind of fun. I want to leave it up to the audience here. We had them pick our safe word, honey bun. And like a good honey bun.
You're giving them a danger word.
Yeah, I'm giving them a danger word. That would be great. That's an idea for later. But I think I'm gonna have our audience decide. There's a specific sign and an exit. It says exit 69 on Route 666. Wink. And on that sign, we're gonna have three choices here. There is a particular symbol, and I want the audience to tell us what symbol is on that sign. Either A, a little symbol that says INN, in. B, a little gas station symbol. Or C, a little farmhouse.
Fate is in your hands, listener land.
Ooh, I'm seeing a lot of C's. We have A, we have here C, we have C. If anybody else wants to pick, put it in chat. Tell us which symbol you want on this sign. Either
Big Dad.
the hotel symbol, a gas station symbol, or a little farm symbol. Well,
Thank God we have it.
Your car is kind of puttering along, and hopefully hopefully you can actually make it onto the off ramp off of exit 69, where there is a farm.
Maybe a truck there we can probably get, or get
Yeah,
gas
where
out
there's a
of.
farm, there's equipment. We can siphon some gas. Whatever.
Or take their car and keep going.
It's
because
true.
they're looking
Pretty
for this
easy to
one.
lose the cops. Yeah. Smart Dev.
Sure. We'll see how fast it is. Chariot takes the exit.
Good choice, Chariot.
Yeah.
You don't want to walk off the highway.
Nah.
It's kind of there's a hill. It's a man-made hill because everything is so flat, and it is pulling you off of the highway and into a very rural area. There is a rather large cornfield. and it is completely dry. And your car sputters, and you have to kind of put the gas on a little bit more. And you see a long gate that kind of opens up to this prairie, kind of deserty, flat. Kind of almost would look like there would be, I don't know, some kind of large herbivore, like cows or something. But you don't see any cows. It's just a whole lot of dirt. And there's a house about a half a mile up the road. And the moment that Chariot, you notice the house, that's about the time that your old friend decides to run out of gas and sputters to a stop.
Ah, fuck. Oh, shit.
Might as well get out and just get over.
I pull over quick.
Should when we go talk to the people of the house and see if we can say, hey, our car broke down, and maybe they didn't hear anything about what happened in the town.
Yeah, I doubt they would hear anything.
Sure.
We're just few friends on our way north.
Yeah.
Having a little religious getaway.
What kind of religion? You got to make sure they get this tight.
I don't know.
You got to mirror what they're doing. Yeah, so you got to do that.
Just look for whatever symbols they're wearing and
right.
Get them to ask. Sure. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Get out of here.
So getting out of the car, you're approaching this home.
All three of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing left in the car.
Is there anything in the car we could take with us in case we don't get back to the car?
There's not much. There was all of the trunk space was left open for a very specific and distinct package that never really quite made it to its destination. There's a jack. It's kind of one of those like scissor jacks with the long kind of metal.
I'll grab the metal bar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick it in my pant leg.
Yeah.
Tuck the bottom of it into my sock. That way it doesn't fall out, but it's there, but it looks like it's part of my leg.
Okay.
Because I've never done that before.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very creative way to pack some extra heat. You obviously just kind of all of you kind of do a little pat down, making sure you've got everything that you
Chariot
need.
puts his headphones in, put some tunes on, very low though, so we can still hear what's being said. But
What are we playing?
get a little walking music.
Nice.
Mixed oldies.
Cool. Things that don't knock you off balance too much,
Yeah, nothing too high energy. I'm not driving now.
Light up a cigarette. Take a nice long haul off of it. All right, let's move on over.
There's
Get their vehicle, something.
there's a sage green house that looks pretty weathered as you get closer. It's a farmhouse. It's fairly large, but it's beaten up from sand and the wind. It's kind of this pale kind of puke color. There's an old truck in the driveway that looks like it was made completely out of rust, as if someone formed a truck from rock fused to the ground. The tires are so flat that they don't even exist anymore. The windows are all open. There's kind of sand kind of blowing out of one of the windows, as if the windows have been open for quite some time.
Chariot just shakes their head as they walk by. Sam looking good.
Maybe they went somewhere and they'll be back with a better car.
Your optimism is funny.
Maybe we can crash here for the night and then move out in the morning.
Yeah, I'll see if anyone's home.
There's a front porch and one of those hanging kind of bench situations. It's kind of picturesque if it wasn't so beaten up.
Such a dump.
Yeah, it is definitely a dump. They haven't cleaned really anything off of. At a certain point, you could tell the family just kind of stopped caring about all the sand. After a while, it gets bothersome to sweep all that off. As you walk up the stairs on the stoop, you could hear the creaking of the old boards. This house was probably built sometime in the 30s, if you were to guess. For everyone watching at home, this is modern day. So it's old. There's a big wooden door with kind of 4 little cloverleaf type windows that are that thick crystal, so you can't really quite see through it.
With the windows near it. The windows on the porch.
Yeah, there are windows on the porch, but the shades are drawn. There's not a house for miles here. But the shades are drawn from the inside for, privacy.
Is there any light?
Yeah, there's lights glowing from the crack of the shades. You can see a kind of yellow tinge coming out.
Oh, someone's home. Goody.
Gonna knock on the door.
Chariot kind of stands back.
Stand to the side. Smile on my face.
There's no answer, but there's kind of one of those big round bells with a key turn in the middle of that door.
Go ahead, Death. Why don't you give that a twirl?
As if he's got nothing to lose, he just does it.
It cranks and the insides kind of clink and clank, and it almost sounds like you're shaking a tin can full of silverware than an actual bell. But it does the trick. And the door creaks open after you hear a couple of footsteps from the inside, and the wood boards are kind of creaking under your feet. There's a suction, a thickness between the two altering airs of the inside of the house and the outside of the house. And you could almost feel yourselves being pulled in as the door opens, and there is a old man standing there. What can I do for you, fine gentlemen?
Had a bit of automotive trouble. Our car broke down.
I'm sorry, what?
I said our car broke down, and I was hoping you had a gasoline or a telephone.
Oh, you're running into some automotive trouble. Well, that is a problem, isn't it? You're not here to make any purchases or anything. We don't got gas. We're no store, boy. You boys all right?
Never better.
No, sir. Just hoping to find somewhere to get some gas. Is there a place nearby, or maybe we can use, if you got a phone or something?
Oh, there's no store here for miles. Gasoline, you gotta carry your own kerosene.
Oh.
We don't have any. We don't have none of that. You could see outside. The old girl died a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, back when Reagan was president.
Mm.
Why don't you boys come on in? Let's try to get you guys, try to get you some help here.
Thanks, sir.
He like waddles over and kind of opens the entrance for you to kind of allow you some space to walk through the door.
Thank you, sir. Definitely use a glass of water or two. Mighty dry out there.
Oh yeah. I'll send my daughter in. She's got, you know, she makes the world's best sweet tea. I like to
That,
put
that
a
would
little.
be
I like to put a little whiskey in it, but don't tell her none of that. That's just for us boys.
Promise.
you're willing to sell that whiskey?
Just sell the whiskey?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been stealing my own whiskey for years. They won't let you. They won't. You need a license and certification, and
I'm
I
not.
only make enough for myself.
It's a deal between gentlemen. There's no.
I'd be happy to give you some if you want to take a couple. I'll give you a couple shots. That's fine.
Up a shot of whiskey in that sweet tea.
It's
Especially if we end up needing to take a long walk to find gas.
and it's cold out there. It's awfully cold, and it's gonna get colder. The desert is not forgiving. They don't.
Especially at night. Yeah. Yeah.
That's when the animals come out. We don't want you getting picked up by any coyotes.
Definitely not.
Why don't you come on inside? You have a seat. Don't worry, boy. I'll get you. I'll hook all you guys up with a couple of shots. No problem. But like I said, let's gonna keep this on the low between you and us.
Yes, sir.
I don't want no trouble
Definitely.
from my daughter. Speaking of which, I don't want any trouble from y'all's with my daughters.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
My house and my belongings. And then you seem like mighty fine boys. And that you ain't up to no good.
No trouble here, sir.
Well, are you gonna say thank you and take a seat or what?
Sorry, sir. Thank you. And Magus walks over and takes a seat.
Chariot will enter as well. Thank you, sir. I'm sorry, I didn't mean any disrespect. Stressing not having gas and worried about the car.
Oh, that's all right. You're young. You'll learn. And you're gonna learn some respect for your elders and respect when you walk into somebody's house. Take off those hats and all of that. Yes, and please and thank you, ma'ams, and all of that. You'll learn. You're young. We'll teach you.
Yeah. He takes out the headphones. He already took out the sunglasses.
Nice. As you all enter the house, you can see it's got a very vintage decor. There's quite a lot of pictures of various depictions of Jesus on the wall and crosses, and the couch is really nice, but it's also covered in plastic to kind of keep the sand and the dirt off of this nice couch, which otherwise would be this it's kind of like a mauve color, this pinkish mauve with little doilies kind of attached to the side of it that are all pressed flat from the plastic over it. And when there's a love seat next to it, also covered in plastic in the same style, and a rocking chair. I didn't get your names. My name's Leroy.
I'm Karen. Nice to meet you, sir.
Karen.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Karen
I'm
and
Ben.
Leroy. And Ben.
Ben.
That's a strong name. It's a very strong name. Now how about you? How about you, son?
Levi.
Levi. Boy, now that is a strong name.
Thank you.
Levi, are you God-fearing?
Absolutely, sir.
Well, with a name like Leroy, with a name like Levi, you'll have to be. I I almost called you Leroy for a second. That's my name.
It is.
Sometimes I get confused.
Me too, Leroy.
What?
Me too,
Yeah, Leroy. Hmm.
Leroy.
Now, where is that goddamn girl? Girl, why don't you come downstairs and we got a couple guests. Come on now, hospitality, like I taught you. And you hear creaking from upstairs. And down the steps.
sorry.
No, please.
I think Chariot's just trying to use the distraction of them looking towards that direction or calling for the daughter. Look around, just trying to see if he can see a phone or any sign of communication device.
Let's observe the situation for me.
Okay. Observe situation, I'm guessing, is a perception roll.
Yes, and let's see here. I gave you a list of player moves, which should help you on your way.
Yes. Oh, I'm pretty good at perception.
Yep.
Right.
So you're going to roll your 2 dice and add your perception.
All right. 4 and 8 is 12, plus 3 is 15.
You can see there's a really big TV, and on top of that TV is a much smaller TV.
Oh.
Don't forget that you're shaking.
Oh yeah. So is that minus anything?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, okay.
You're okay for now.
All right.
You're okay for now. But actually, yes, let's -1 on that one. Good call, Death.
So 14.
What I'm here for.
Yeah, thanks, Death.
Fuck the other guy.
You can kind of see a cord coming out of the one of the rooms. It must be the kitchen.
All right, so maybe.
Down the stairs comes a beautiful young woman who's wearing a kind of a classic 1950s kind of poodle skirt. I'm coming, Papa. I don't like when you yell at me. Well, then you better hurry your ass up. We got some guests. I told you, hospitality.
I stand up and just say, ma'am.
Chariot sees Magus do that and jumps up to do the same, thinking it's maybe right.
She kind of does like this curtsy thing. She doesn't take anybody's hands or put out a hand at all. And the Leroy is staring at her very carefully.
Ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
The pleasure is all mine.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you for coming into my home. Ain't it beautiful?
Yes, and thank you for inviting us.
Mama let me decorate it after she passed.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh no, she's still here.
Sorry for your loss.
She's still here in my heart and spirit.
That's good.
Very good. You've done a fantastic job.
Now, what brings you to our little farm here?
Sadly, we ran out of gas, and we were hoping to get some or call somebody to get gas or know where we could go to go get some gas for our car heading up north.
You know, I would have given you some of Papa's whiskey, but he hasn't drunk for years. I heard you could put that in a vehicle and make it work.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know how to drive myself. I have no need to. I've got everything I need right here.
Beautiful farm.
Thank you. Thank you. We have emus.
Oh, I don't know that I've ever seen one.
You've never seen an emu?
Where do you keep the emus? I've never seen
Oh.
one.
Out back in the pen. We just let them. They kind of walk around. They only come in when they're hungry.
Oh.
They're cute. They're like big bird dinosaurs.
Have to take a look before we go.
Yeah, if dinosaurs ever existed. Right, Papa? That's right. The Lord put them there to test us. Now, baby, why don't you go into the kitchen and get these nice boys some of your delicious sweet tea. The recipe that Mama taught you. Go on now. Go on now. And she looks at him, kind of giggles, and saunters off into the kitchen, and light comes on and you hear clanking of plates.
I sit down as she leads.
Do I really hear plates?
I'm not sitting down.
Yeah, you hear plates, pots, a bunch of you hear glass clinking. She's going all out.
All right. Chariot sits back down.
You could even hear a stove clicking on, the pilot light clicking on. This girl's going all out for you guys.
I hope we're not troubling you too much. Sounds like she's really putting it on back there. I appreciate that.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. It's a good recipe. It's good that she knows it. Plus, I'm thirsty too.
How did your wife die?
I'm sorry?
How did your wife die?
Jeez.
And Magus just looks
Levi.
straight at Jeff as he says that. It's like,
Well, that's an awful personal question, but she passed. I'd say about 10 years ago.
Again,
We just had a
sorry.
friend die. We're on our way to a funeral.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, the Lord took him too soon.
The Lord takes them all too soon, but you know, we go home. He takes us home. I'm reminded of a Bible verse. If you don't mind, I'd love to share one in your time of mourning.
please do. It'd be much appreciated.
He stands up and he walks over to this little bookcase where there's a bunch of little knickknacks and little tiny statues of angels and shit.
While he walks over, Chariot shoots Death a like kind of glare. And
I'm not even looking at you.
He grabs a really big leather book. He walks over to the chair, sits down with a creak. There's nothing on the cover of this book. It's just it's a thick leather book, just thick leather Bible. Probably. Cracks it open, goes to a passage. And he was there with the rest of them, overseeing our place. The place was beautiful and heavenly until he left and left us here in our own prisons, a prison of mourning, until it's our time to go back home. And he has his way with us. The way of the Lord is the way of us.
Mark 6:31.
Are you trying to convince this guy like you know what passage that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to have you make a roll.
Yeah.
And the roll that I'm going to have you make, you're trying to influence others, right?
Yep.
So why don't you roll your plus charisma?
Well, I'm not going to roll my plus charisma because we have a -1 disadvantage.
Well, do you have a +1 charisma? Take
Yeah.
one away, whatever that roll is.
So I got a 12.
Okay. He looks at you. We ain't reading the same books. You told me that you were a God-fearing man. You wouldn't turn this place into a house of lies, would you?
To try to smooth things over, I try to kind of continue on the next verse using like coolness, acting under pressure.
You haven't drunk in years, but you still make it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little hard of hearing. Can you say that a little louder?
You haven't. You said
Little's-
you haven't drunk in years, but you still make it. You don't sell it. Why do you make it?
It keeps me warm at night.
What do you
A
do?
man-
Bathe it? Do you bathe in it?
A man has needs, and those needs need to be quelled.
So you don't tell your daughter you're still drinking?
Well, why would I? That's my daughter.
Yeah, we already talked about that. What are you doing? Shut up.
Is this a house of lies, sir?
You're making this a house of lies, not me.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll tell you what,
Levi, shh.
we all got our secrets. Some of them are a little more flavorful than others. Some of those secrets a little more harmless than the others. A man has to know how dark he is. A man has to know how far he would go. And yes, I would lie to my daughter because she thinks the world of me. And I can't let go of my whiskey.
Yeah, and it's your house, so I think we're all fine with that.
What about you, son? And he looks at Death. What about you, Levi? How dark is your heart? How deep are your lies?
They ain't skin deep, that's for sure.
Skin deep. I like that. He
What kind of book you got?
oh, this is a good book.
It seems different, so I'm curious.
It's been in my family for generations.
Old Bible?
Yeah, that's right. Passed on from my grandfather to my father to me. A man is the fountainhead of the divine in his own household. And it's important that he has inspiration. And this book inspires me. Now, how about those drinks?
Yeah.
Now come on in here.
Chariot looks over to Magus like, I don't know.
So the young
And actually, as he's turned his head, calling for his daughter, I just want to look around the room and just kind of look more of the paraphernalia, like the god stuff like that on the walls, and just kind of get an idea of all that.
So-
Anything weird or anything?
So you want to see if there's anything like unnerving and unusual?
Yeah.
Okay. First let me hydrate.
It's no sweet tea there.
No sweet tea. Why don't you roll plus perception and -1 from that roll?
Thanks, Death.
I got 12.
12.
High numbers now means low numbers later. Good luck, everybody.
So, is there anything unnerving? Is that the question that you're really looking to ask here?
Yeah, is there anything odd about the religious pictures or anything like unnerving about any of them? Unnerving, if I have to choose between specific.
Yes, there is one picture that is unnerving. It is a picture of a woman who looks like she might be sleeping right above the television set. Excuse me, 2 television sets. And her face looks kind of funny, a little sunken, and her lips look unusually parched. And it kind of looks like one of those final photos, one of those final death images of somebody after they passed, either before or after any kind of processing or burial.
Take a look at that. And as we're waiting for the daughter to come back, I get up and I take a look at her. And I say to Leroy, I'm like, is this the missus?
Yeah, that's my Dina.
What was it?
Her name was Dina. She was beautiful as the day is long. That's the day that she left us to go home to the Lord. I woke up and she wasn't with us anymore. But there was something so peaceful about her position. She liked to have this pillow castle. She would build 3, 4, 5 pillows up and have her neck all cricked. And all of those pillows through the night would pretty much stay for the most part every night. I used to laugh and say it was her pillow castle. That night they were on the floor because she shook so hard and pushed every single one of those pillows down onto the ground. I didn't stir. I slept like a baby, a drunken baby. And I didn't feel her shaking and sweating. And I didn't feel my wife leave her body. The Lord took my wife. And so I took a photo. So she'll always be with me and always be with us. I love Dina. And I look at that picture every day as a reminder. Now, Leroy, don't get too drunk. Because God damn it, I could have, I don't know. I should have. She's pretty though, ain't she?
She was a beautiful woman.
A lovely memory.
There's a lot more where those came from, believe me. Not too many these days, but the good ones are, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So the young girl walks in. Now, she's carrying this tray that have glasses on them, filled to the brim with ice and tea. She even has like a little plate of little cookies. She kind of sets it down on the coffee table. Now, boys, it was so rude of me. I did not introduce myself properly. And neither one of you asked me what my name was. Am I not pretty enough?
Using my charisma, I'm like, you're one beautiful young lady, and so try to use my charisma on that.
Yeah.
If you can. All right.
Yeah, roll charisma to impress.
-1.
Yeah, plus charisma, -1.
While he's doing that, can I do intuition on either of them or one of them?
What are you trying to do?
I wanted to try and read into more so the young lady than the old man.
Yeah.
What her objective is here.
Okay. Roll plus perception. -1.
I got a 13.
You got a 13?
I did.
Okay.
7.
Sorry, you got a 7. So, two things happen. She blushes a lot, and kind of does this weird, like, kind of giggle, awkward,
Just like that.
as she's placing the plate down. Well, you are a gentleman, Delilah.
Ben, pleasure to meet you.
And it is a pleasure to meet you and you other fine people in my home.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's better. See, Papa, I could teach it too.
Thank you, Joel.
Death, you there's something innocent about her, and sincere. She's trying really hard to impress not just her guests but also her father, and you can probably guess that maybe she might have felt like she stepped into the role as the woman of the house after the old lady kicked the bucket. Now I have to finish my chores, and you boys behaving.
Do you need any
Yes,
help
ma'am.
with that? You've been so kind to us.
I would love if you. And she looks down at her dad, and her dad is staring right back up at her. Not with this one, no. Boys, let's just have some time. If you want to help with the chores, I'll find some chores for you, but let's just take a second, have our tea. Delilah, thank you, honey. You can finish those chores. Levi, you can sit right there.
Thank you
One-
again, ma'am. And Chariot
Thank
will
you,
lean
Delilah.
forward and take a glass.
She like presses her skirt and kind of fixes her hair, and she's got these like cute little earrings, pearl earrings on, and she's kind of adjusting, and she looks at all of you and smiles and kind of walks off with like a little happy skip. Magus, you obviously impress a woman, and she probably feels good walking away. At that moment, you see Leroy opening up his bottle of cheap homemade whiskey in a glass flask. It's a tequila flask, and he pours the whiskey into each one of the teas, including his own, and he picks it up and he starts sipping on it.
Thank you, sir,
My
for
pleasure.
your hospitality.
My pleasure.
Would he have
Can I
leaned
take a
forward to pour some in the glass I took?
Yeah, if you grabbed a glass, he would have like held it up for you to pour some in there.
I'm all right, sir. I'm driving.
Well, that's very responsible for you. You know what? I'll have some for you.
Thank
he-
you, sir.
Pours a hefty amount inside of that glass. What'd you think? It's an old recipe. It's just sweet tea. It's nothing fancy. It's
I'll take a sip.
tea, ice. I like to put a little kick in it because, truth be told, it's not spicy enough for me.
It's mighty delicious, especially with the added spice.
Now, Levi, I want to say, I feel like we got off on the wrong foot here. to new beginnings.
It's new beginnings.
Clinks glass with you.
I would kind of like to see the emus, so maybe I can help with that later if they need food or something.
I would greatly appreciate that. Those emus are a pain in my ass. I don't know why I picked those emus. I bought them from our neighbor. Our fields don't do too well. I've tried to grow all sorts of things. It's just the ground is cursed. Nothing grows. Emus grow. You give them enough food, they grow.
Hmm.
We even got a female. We got a male and a female, and sometimes we get some of those big emu eggs.
Hmm.
You ever
How
had
big are
emu
those
eggs?
Yeah, how big are those?
Oh, they're big.
Can't
About the
say
size
that
of,
I
about
have.
the size of your head.
That's a big omelet.
That is a big omelet.
Yeah.
Delicious too. It tastes like it's not like regular chicken eggs. Kind of tastes like gamey.
Mm.
A little sour.
Oh, sir, did you have a phone? Should we call somebody to bring gas or a tow before it gets too late?
Yo, you can surely try. You can go on in there. I got a telephone right on there in the kitchen.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And Chariot will get up to go use the phone.
So you pick up the phone and there's a dial tone. It's kind of one of those, like, it's a yellow phone kind of hand drilled into the wall with a really, really, really long yellow cord. And you can kind of tell by the coloring of the cord that this phone used to be white at one point.
Oh boy.
And the grease and the dirt. It's got kind of it kind of smells like omelets a little bit. Kind of smells like grease.
Mm. Like it's been in a diner for a long time.
Exactly.
All right. I
Get some
guess
breakfast
I
with that
will
call.
ring the operator.
You were gonna dial 0 to ring the operator.
Yeah.
It is a dial, by the way.
Oh yeah. I figured.
You hear a couple of tones. Operator?
Hi, I'm off exit 69 off 491. And I broke down, need to get gas. I'm hoping you can connect me with the most local gas station or
The most
automotive.
the most local gas station off exit 69 on 666. Correct?
Yes. Yeah, yes, sir.
Oh, that's not a good road.
Yeah, I figured it might be a distance, but automotive, gas station, whatever.
Are we talking a flat tire?
Just out of gas. Just out of gas.
Out of gas, out of life.
Car is fine. Just out of gas.
All right. There's nothing that I can see here that is a gas station for quite some time. The number you're looking for is a lost number. I couldn't find it. It was in my pocket at one point.
Number in your pocket?
There was a lot of numbers in there as well. They got mixed up. I had the bugs in them. I pulled them out and they kept crawling.
Bugs?
Yes, the bugs. There's a bug in the line. Can you speak up a little bit? I'm having a hard time hearing you. You said you're looking for a gas station?
Yeah, or an auto shop, auto body, somebody who can either tow us or just bring us some gas, sir.
Yes, Frank's Tow. Frank's Tow. We could probably.
Can you connect me, please?
I could connect you, but I'm having a difficult time finding that number.
If you could try, or I can hold.
You better hold on to those butts of yours because those bugs are going to come out of my pockets pretty soon. And then you're
Bug?
going to feel all the numbers. Like the
Uh,
number 9. The number 9.
The number
The
9?
number 9. The number
Uh,
9.
Sir,
The number 9.
can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you, but there's a bug in the line.
Yeah.
Can you speak
Can
up?
you connect me to Frank's, please?
Frank's toe. We could probably connect you to that number if I could find that number.
Yeah, please
in my
connect me to
pocket.
Frank's toe. If you could look it up, please.
Yes, I will definitely. Yes, I'm going to found the number. It's right
Thank
here. You guys aren't going to make it out alive. And thank you so
What?
much for choosing Bell Ultima. Click. And you hear a ringing. Frank's Auto, what's up?
Hello, I'm off exit 69 and right out of gas. I'm wondering if you could come bring us gas or give us a tow, please.
I'm sorry, did you say 9?
Exit 69.
9.
69.
There's 6 9s. And all of them are upside down. You're not going to get out of here alive.
Excuse me?
I said you're not going to get out of here alive. Do you have a dead car?
No, the car's fine. It's just out of gas.
What about a dead card?
Card?
Did they pull your dead card?
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Can I?
You can do a lot of things. I can't anymore. They won't let me out
Of the auto shop?
of reality.
What does that mean?
Get ready to dive. Sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Did you say get ready to die?
No. I said my car is fine and it just ran out of gas.
Okay.
And we're off exit 69. If you could.
Oh, and 491
someone?
off exit 69?
Yes, please. If you could send someone with gas or to do a tow.
Oh, that sucks. That's in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing but farms and emus out there.
Yeah, it is.
We'll hook you up.
Thank you very much.
How do
Can
we?
I have your number?
Are you walking on the side of the road?
We're just waiting here at the house at the farm.
Off at exit 69. Right. Oh, you're right off exit 69.
Yes, like right off. We're
Okay.
very easy to find.
Great.
Can I have your number?
No, I can't give you my number. I can't find it. It was in my pocket, but there's so many bugs.
That's what the
Exit 69. 9.
Yeah, exit 69.
Number
can
9.
Can I have the number to Frank's to your auto shop?
The number is 9.
Just 9.
Yeah, that's the number. All right, we'll pick you up.
Oh,
we'll be
tonight?
there soon.
All right, great.
At some point. And he hangs
Tonight.
up.
What the
Do we
fuck?
hear all this, or at least his side?
Yeah, you at least heard it from his side. It's not a large house.
I just look at death. I'm like,
And I guess Chariot would come walking back in looking rather bewildered.
that conversation.
Number 9.
Yeah, first the operator and then even the
bugs.
guy at Frank's
You're
said
trying to call 911, Chariot?
bad,
You called Frank's?
Well, the operator connected me to Frank's. They're gonna send somebody.
Oh, yeah, they're useless. Yeah, Frank's is. I guess Frank's is probably it'd probably be the closest. They're quite a ways though.
Yeah, they kept talking about bugs.
About
Yeah.
bugs.
Yeah.
What about them?
So
I
at this moment, you're kind of rehashing that call in your head and verbalizing it, which makes it seem even more surreal and grounds you to the unusual phone call that you just had.
with allegedly 2 different people that said similar things, which is very strange.
So why don't you roll to your plus willpower to kind of keep it together?
Okay. At -1.
At this
Len-
point?
Lenroy, do you smoke?
Huh?
So 13 plus 2 is 15, -1 is 14.
14?
Yes, 14 after the -1.
Okay.
Yeah, did you say something?
So you are you become a little scared.
Yep.
Because that was weird. You're -1 stability. You're now distressed and kind of scared about that. Death, did you ask somebody something?
I was asking Lenroy if he smoked, but Magus was also asking something.
I was about to say I was going to get up and what is his name? Mr. Leroy. I was going to let him know I'm just like to go outside and just have a smoke.
Oh yeah, you just right outside there. You could take the back way through the kitchen.
I'd love to.
I don't smoke, Levi. And that's the truth. I never did like it. My wife did. She liked to roll her own cigarettes. She would sit there and roll them and roll them and roll them. She wasn't the type of woman that would crochet, but she would, God damn it, roll some of the tightest cigarettes I've ever seen.
I think I'll get some air with you, Magus, if that's okay. I mean, Ben.
You right there?
No,
Ben?
that call was so strange, and
Maybe you should have a cigarette.
no, I don't really smoke, but I think I need some air.
You can go right on through the kitchen if you want.
Yeah, and I'll follow after Magus, like just kind of looking bewildered and shaking my head. Levi, you're fine, right?
I'm good.
Yeah. But they said they would send somebody. Yeah. And I'll just go following. Yeah. I think it was just bad lines, old lines probably. And I'll follow after Magus.
So you walk through the kitchen. It's a kind of a lime green tiled kitchen. It's pretty clean. Delilah does her best to keep it as clean as possible. There's even a little crocheted kind of caddy thing wrapped over the toaster, which is rather nice. There's a back door that leads to the outside.
Yeah. I walk through the kitchen. Is there anything odd through the kitchen at all? Just trying to take a look through the house.
The only thing that's unusual about this kitchen is that it's really clean. And that it's old school.
And then I go through the back door. And I make sure the door's unlocked before I go out. So it stays unlocked when we go outside.
Okay. Yeah, are you gonna like put something in the door or something?
Yeah, I'll put something. Is there something small nearby that I can just put in between?
There's a screen door. You can actually just leave the door open and have the screen closed.
Yep.
You can kind of hear conversation going on as you guys walk outside. You can kind of hear muffled conversation between Death here and Leroy.
Come on, Karen.
Outside is the desert. It's cold. The sun is down. You can kind of hear kind of scurrying of bugs. There's a porch, or excuse me, a kind of backdoor light that you turned on your way out. So there's kind of moths and shit that are flying at it. You could hear howling from far away.
Any emus?
You hear a couple of groans. Kind of a wow, 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 wow. From, I would say, probably a few feet away from you. It's kind of hard to tell, though, because it's fairly dark. But you can kind of see shadows of the emus. The skinny-legged, kind of bushy silhouettes, kind of. It's hard to tell unless you walk up to them.
Flip open my Zippo and light up a cigarette. And hold the pack over to Chariot. You want one? You sure?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, though. That was really weird. Both the operator and the guy at towing, Franks, kept saying things about bugs in their pockets and losing numbers and saying the line was bad and then everything would be fine. And the fact that they both said it, and at least one of them, and Chariot would kind of whisper, said we weren't getting out of here alive. And that was weird. Maybe they're just
strange.
fucking with me because I'm clearly not from around here.
I don't know. There's something weird about this place. I mean, emus and nothing's to grow. I mean, like, how did they eat?
It's just been a long day. Well, hopefully they'll show up soon with gas or a tow and we can get on. I don't want to bug this guy and his daughter anyway. Yeah.
And,
Chariot will take out a piece of gum so he can chew kind of nervously.
actually take my Zippo and I light it, and I kind of go off the porch a little bit and just try to see those emus.
So when you open up the gum, it kind of creates a shaking sound. It kind of creates like a smell in the air. It kind of gets the attention of these creatures that are hidden in shadow. Magus is walking off of that back porch and into the darkness with your Zippo. There's this orange glow emanating just outside of you. You can see about a foot or two ahead of you. And the creatures get closer with their dinosaur-like feet. You can see their feet, and they look like raptor's claws. And as you get closer, you can see feathers and fur interspersed between each other. But you can also kind of see like a dry, kind of scabby texture, bald spots. You can hear the sound coming from the top of this emu. And a head comes closer to you with a very long beak. The beak is coming out of a face. It looks as if it is the face of a screaming old woman with her mouth wide open and her teeth jutting out in the shiny shape of a long, sharp beak. And that sound that you're hearing is actually not coming from the inside of the beak. It's actually coming from the corners of the mouth. They're cries of pain. A long, scabby neck of an emu with a human-like face and a beak emanating like a sharp tongue out of its mouth. Bloodshot eyes.
To try to use coolness, and I'm like, fuck, and I just kind of flip my Zippo close and run back to the porch.
Well, you're going to be doing that under pressure
Yeah.
because it's running after you. And it no
Run for the
longer
screen door then.
it no longer is making that sweet emu-like sound. It is screeching like an owl, and it echoes across the desert. And you can hear other screeching and other sounds and coyotes. It's as if it's calling for help. And the wilderness is answering back. Can you roll plus coolness for me?
Yes. Is it -1 still?
Yep.
I'm guessing I don't see, I just hear.
Yeah, you just hear. For all you know, he fucked with an emu. And you could probably hear the
Probably
stomping of
better
feet.
the emu than the daughter.
I rolled a 14.
Roll the 14.
Damn you with that -1.
You fall. You trip over your own 2 feet. You're trying to turn, and your foot kind of trips over its other foot. And the screaming beaked woman's face flies directly towards your body. And at that moment, Leroy is looking right at death.
Fuck.
You want to tell me what? You want to tell me why you're really here? Levi?
Why do you ask?
You seem nervous.
You ever see any police around here?
Never.
No.
I don't like police. They are nosy. And I don't like the way they look at my daughter. So let's just say they ain't welcome around here, if you know what I mean.
I think one of these two might be a cop.
I'm sorry, what?
I think one of these two other gentlemen might be a cop.
Might be a cop, but they came with you. They're your friends. Might be a cop.
Yeah, I don't know him too well. We all carpool because we had a friend die. We are on our way to a funeral.
Well, I can't have any of them. Not again. But you're telling me that one of your friends is a deputized.
I'm just guessing.
Roll plus charisma for me. You're trying to influence this guy's discomfort with local authorities.
3.
Sorry? You got a what?
3.
3. It's at this time that you realize that he is not buying your bullshit, and it makes you sick to your stomach. You feel exposed, and there's like a rotting in your gut. It's like for our lactose intolerant viewers, they would know exactly this feeling. But your mouth starts to water.
I hate cops.
He takes a sip of his tea. What do you think of that tea?
I don't think it's as good as this. I'm going to present a bag of drugs.
The feeling in your stomach gets worse. the watering in your mouth gets intense, and you feel like you're going to throw up. You're holding this drugs out to this old man who's looking at it like he's never. You want to describe the drugs for me? What are we talking about here?
It's a couple rolled joints and a couple bags, but there's also pills and a sizable sandwich bag full of cocaine.
Son, are you offering me the devil's lettuce?
Just proving I'm not a cop.
And when you say cop, there's bile coming from inside of your throat, and you're having a really hard time keeping your food down, keeping the tea down. Can you roll keep it together for me? Because you have to really try not to puke on this gentleman in the middle of this kitchen. In the middle of this.
So is that going to be coolness with my regular roll?
No, that's going to be your plus willpower.
Okay. Oh. $17?
It's better than 3.
You swallow really hard. And he reaches his hand out and places it over yours. You're holding the drugs. He's got the bag, but he's also got a hand on your hand. And he said, "Son, y'all are safe here. I don't know what you got your boys, what you got yourselves into, or who dealt you that wrong hand in your life. But you're safe here. And it's gonna be okay." I know you don't like police officers. I don't either. But I also don't like liars. And he takes the bottle and he smacks you across the face with it. And you fall to the ground.
Oh.
And everybody is in a very awkward position right now. Because we are going to take a little break. I want everyone to stand up, stretch your legs, get a drink of water or tea or drugs.
Sweet tea.
Tea.
Sweet tie.
Break
Sweet
out your
tea.
own little baggies.
Yeah, I'm gonna take all the bugs out of my pockets.
Take all the bugs out of your pockets. Make sure you find that number.
Refill.
Number
And if
9.
it's number 9, throw that fucker away. Welcome back, everybody. We are back from our little break. I hope everybody had a good one. I hope everybody used the facilities, got something
Got some new
to
sweet tea.
got some new sweet tea. That's what I'm drinking right now. Sweet tea.
Shit, I forgot to get my actual sweet tea.
Rick, that looks delicious.
Thanks.
What is everybody? What is everyone drinking right now? For real?
Water.
Water?
I'm drinking Monster Zero Ultra in theme with my character's love of energy drinks.
Fantastic.
To be fair, I drink it normally. But
I was drinking water. I've upgraded to water along with pineapple juice and coconut rum.
That
ooh,
sounds delicious.
yeah, I'm a fan. I am a huge rum and fruit juice guy.
So I'm drinking beer now. I was drinking water, but things have gotten a little tense since we've last
Just a little.
seen
Yeah.
each other.
I mean, after the game, I'll go find someone, get some blood, but for now.
Yeah, sometimes I think it takes with Kult, it takes some serious aftercare. You know?
Yeah.
You really gotta, what do they say? Eat food that grounds you. Maybe
Yeah.
some chocolate.
Denny's.
Denny's?
I think I'm going to go to a 24-hour supermarket, find the largest bird I can, and roast it. And that'll make me
Yeah.
feel
There we
better.
go.
Get some
Ro-
emo.
Get a nice rotisserie chicken at your local supermarket.
Some bacon and eggs.
Yeah. Find a drifter, offer it to them.
I've had ostrich burger and it tastes delicious.
I think I have too.
Yeah, I had it when I was when I was living in Seattle. I had ostrich burger, but we're not in Seattle anymore. We're in New Mexico, and
The land of magic.
the land of something. Magus is on the floor, and there was a large emu with the face of an old woman throwing its beak directly towards your body,
Pretty much the
and it the beak kind of hits right in between your feet. You're able to get your legs open. It kind of hits like 2 or 3 inches away from a bad day, and pulls its beak up, and there are bugs that are crawling out of the hole, really like desert centipedes.
running away.
But you hear like a buzzing and a hissing sound. There's cicadas flying out of it and hissing cockroaches crawling out of it. One of the bugs crawls on your leg and bites you. The centipede takes a pretty good chunk with its kind of. They have these mandible feet that they use as teeth to inject a little poison in you that sets your leg on fire immediately. It's kind of like getting bit by 5,000 fire ants in one spot.
Jesus Christ. Literally start like scampering away, trying to get back up the porch as quick as I can.
We don't say that here.
So
What do
you
I
get
need to do?
yeah,
Yeah.
you get up and you're running.
Yeah, running for dear life.
Where are you going?
I get right back up the stairs to the porch to get in the house and literally grabbing Chariot to get back in.
Oh, you're not gonna go the other way into the wilderness where you can hear the howling of the other creatures?
Not today.
You sure?
Or today. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm
I
guessing
want to live
Chariot-
another hour or two.
Live a little, die a little.
I'm guessing Chariot hearing everything calling and then the ruckus and then maybe something inside would at least be like starting to peek in to head inside, and then someone's rushing all of a sudden up the stairs.
Yeah, you hear a clink and a thunk, but you're also at the same time hearing the cacophony and the scampering from your friend Magus, who is screaming
Yep.
and running at full speed towards you.
Yeah, screaming suddenly, running up the porch. Chariot will just like go with the momentum and go like flying inside.
Oh no! Literally, I'm grabbing your arm as I'm
Sure,
running.
go along with you.
Fuck in there.
What? Birds?
No fucking birds. What the fuck that is?
And just
And I
rushing
like
inside.
slam the door and lock it behind us.
Yeah, as you close the door, you hear like a hard clunk of a beak hitting the door, and you hear a couple of kicks too. This
You
bird
see out the
trying
door?
to kick the door. You can
Was it
see
thick glass?
it's not that thick actually. The glass, there's like a kind of a thin glass with a little curtain in front of it. And you can kind of peek and look through.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Take a look. You want to get those eggs? I'm good over here.
No, I'll just start heading into the living room or wherever Levi and Leroy were.
You walk into the living room and you see Death unconscious on the floor. And the old man is kind of over him, kind of hunching down. Now come on, wake up. You okay? Come on. You got... Well, you... Come on, wake up now. Come on. He's like slapping his cheeks.
Would the bag of drugs be laying there?
No.
All right.
What drugs? What drugs?
Right. Okay. So,
I'm still in the kitchen. I'm looking to see if any other doorways off from the kitchen that don't lead to the living room.
Yeah. So there's a den on the other side,
Mhm.
and stairs that go up. There's also, as are you like walking around and looking, or are you just kind of looking? Like, are you taking this moment to kind of peer through, or you do? It sounds like you don't care too much that Death is on the
No,
floor.
I don't give a fuck. I don't even know if he's on the floor at this point.
Oh, you just go in and just immediately starts going through the house.
I'm going through the house. I'm not even bothered like knowing what the fuck is out back there. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm looking for anything, weapons or just exits or
Well,
anything that I could find of use through the house.
you do have.
I know
you
I
do
have my gun.
weapons. Yeah. Just
But
to
on
let,
top
I
of
just
it-
want to remind you.
I know. I'm still rummaging through the house because
Yeah.
what the fuck type of place is this that it has that out back?
Yeah. So you're going. I got you. So let's have you. You're just going through, and you're going through rooms, right?
Yeah.
There's a half bath. It's just a room with a toilet. It's a powder room downstairs underneath the stairs. There is a den that has an organ inside of it, and there's actually like two stool kind of bench kind of things in the middle of the room, kind of all facing this organ, and then that's about it for downstairs. Upstairs, you could surely go up, but if you want to try to observe what's going on in these other rooms to see if there's something, you should probably roll plus perception for me.
Okay, we'll do.
Actually, this is a tough situation, my friend. You rolled, kept it together, right? And you got you got fairly high.
We won't keep together.
Why don't you roll keep it together for me?
Yeah, let's do that.
Because you're stressed. You just got attacked by this ladybird.
Is this what? Coolness?
Ladybird.
Yeah, plus willpower, please.
Yeah. Oh, willpower? Okay. Where is willpower? It's still at -1?
Yes, it's definitely at -1.
All right. So what is
And as
14?
14?
Yeah.
You're panicking. You're -1 stability. You're severely distressed. You were in just panic mode. You run into the house. You walk right. You just run and push right through the old man, right past Death. You don't even notice that he's on the floor. You go from room to room. You're ripping the doors open, and you're just going through and looking. You might see like a light, so you turn on a light. You see the organ. You see the benches. You go into the powder room. You see like there's little soaps that remind you of those soaps that your grandma used to have. you know, don't use the old soaps. Because this is old soap that she made years and years and years ago just to look nice in the bathroom. And when you're a kid, she would always threaten to wash her mouth out with soap when you used a bad word. And those soaps were like shell shaped, kind of probably like homemade soaps pressed into cookie molds, and no one was ever allowed to use them. But whenever she would threaten you with eating the soap for saying naughty words, you always imagine eating that soap, which is really gross. But she never did because she was a lovely woman. But there's something about that soap when you see that in the dish, in the powder room, that makes you, it kind of makes your stomach kind of retch. And you could kind of almost taste it in your mouth. And it makes you panic just a little bit more. Are you going upstairs?
Yeah. Just at this point, kind of panicking. Just I might as well just go upstairs.
So you go upstairs, and there's 3 doors. One all the way to the top of the stairs, and you kind of have to go around the banister, and there's 2 more doors on the other side. Which door are you going through?
Door number 1.
Door number 1. It's a bathroom. This one's not as clean. Obviously, the guest bathroom downstairs. Delilah spends a little bit more time cleaning, just in case there's guests. And it's not disgusting, but there's nothing really useful there that you can see. There's a lot of toilet paper. Like, I'm talking a lot, like a tower of toilet paper in the corner of the room. If there was like a toilet paper shortage for some reason, these people are set.
They probably caused it.
So let's go to door number 2.
Door number 2 is locked.
I pull up my lockpicks.
You do
Try to
have
open it.
lockpicks, don't you?
I do.
Magus? You were hired on this job by the boss. Do you remember that conversation with the boss?
Barely.
With the that conversation about how too smart you are for your own good, and how he should chop both of those hands off. But instead, he's going to take a chance on you and let you crack that safe. And you crack that door open with your lockpicks much faster than you crack that safe. Swing the door open.
Yeah.
There's a bed. And Delilah is on that bed.
Lovely.
And she's with somebody. I said she's with somebody.
And I'm looking, I'm like,
Delilah is laying on the bed, fully clothed. By the way, you perverts. With somebody, and she's rubbing this person's head. Shh, it's okay now. You don't have to worry anymore. There's no need to worry. You're my baby now. Papa wouldn't let me have any. And I think it's about time that I get what I want, because sometimes a woman has needs. The person that she's rubbing is crying and has this look of fear on their face. It's a man, and he's okay. Okay. Mom. Yep. Hey, thanks for taking care of me and all that, Mom. And they turn and both look at you.
Just like, what the fuck? I'm like, Mom? Who is he?
Oh, this is my baby. I'm sorry. I don't mean
It
to
was
be
just the
rude.
two of you.
Oh no. Not since we had my baby. I would introduce, but my baby, well, he doesn't have any arms or legs. Do you, my baby? What? Oh God, what did you do to me? You're safe now, and I'm going to take care of you. And she's rubbing and the top of this person's head.
So this person has no arms or legs that they can see.
Yeah, you can kind of see like the top, like their from their elbow down, there is no arm. They're covered in blanket, but you can see these kind of nubs that are panically like swinging back and forth. This person is finding out for the first time that they don't have arms or legs. Mom, I'm sorry. Did you say I don't have any arms or legs? No, baby.
What happened to them?
Oh, he won't need them where he's going. With me. Because I'm taking care of him now. And she grabs a bowl of oatmeal on the side of the bed. And it's got this wooden spoon. It looks homemade, this spoon. And she scrapes the oats and shoves the spoon delicately into this person's mouth. Is there anything in the oatmeal, Mom? Water and sugar, just how you like it. She looks up at you,
Where are you
Magus.
guys going that you're going to take care of them?
We ain't going nowhere. We're staying right here. And I don't care what my papa says. He says that I wouldn't be a good mother. But I swear that I will be the best mother. Ain't that right? Because you're my baby now. Now, is there something I can help you with?
I think I'm good here. And I actually reach for the door just to pull it closed as I slowly walk away.
As you're slowly closing the door, you hear, Mom, who are you talking to? Hello?
I just keep closing the door.
And Delilah keeps scraping the oatmeal. And you hear quiet whispers behind that door.
Delicious.
Chariot, what are you doing?
Did he fall unconscious? Or what happened, sir?
Well, I don't know. He just got.
Oh.
He looked like he was gonna pop right here in the middle of my living room, and he just passed out.
I would
I think he's been drinking. Truth
I
be
would
told.
try to take like a look at him. Do I notice perhaps a welt or anything to his head?
There's a There is a quite a bit of blood that's leaking into the carpet.
Oh,
So I was not gonna like that.
do you want me to grab napkins, or it looks like
A
you
couple
just had-
legs? Oh, napkins would help. Yes.
Yeah, and Ben, I guess, got scared of the emu.
Oh, those emus. Those emus. They see. I told you I shouldn't have bought those. Those motherfuckers have been causing trouble since day one.
They
Why
were
don't you-
very loud. Yes.
Why don't you take care of your drunk friend right here, and I'll get a couple napkins to help sop up some of the sweat.
Okay, yeah, he's bleeding.
So Leroy leaves the room, but he doesn't go into the kitchen. He goes into the hallway and up the stairs, presumably to medicine cabinet or maybe all that toilet paper he has upstairs.
I think Chariot would go into the kitchen looking for napkins and stuff to like press to Death's head where he's bleeding.
There's a sharp pain, Death, that you feel right behind your eyes, as if there's something that hit you very hard on the side of the skull. You haven't felt that feeling in a while, since the last fight that you got in with the last job that you had. And you open your eyes, and you are in a you're in a strange place. You're in a very strange place. This place is a place you've never seen before. There are large structures around you, and you can hear a whistling in the wind. And there's a hum coming from a black sun that's shining above you. What do you do?
Try to stand up.
You stand up. Not after you realize that sound of crunching when you're standing is kind of reminds you of crushed leaves or bugs. Lots of bugs. There's a light coming from everything that's this tinged blue color. And this black sun emanates trumpets as if royalty has arrived the moment you stand.
I feel for my gun, if I have my gun.
There is no gun. In fact, there are also no clothes. You're naked as a baby, my friend.
Then I wait for whatever was announced by this trumpet.
There's a rattling, like one singular squeaky wheel rolling on crushed bugs. Rusted metal on rusted metal, and a kind of flipping of leather straps. As it gets closer to you, you get a better vision of it, because you can feel this pressure from behind your third eye, as if it allows itself to be seen better by you, a clockwork of impossible machinery holding up raw, torn meat and a half torso with an androgynous, thin, gaunt person affixed to this cursed wheelbarrow. Both of its eyes are completely black, and it's got these big bat wings that fly open as if to present itself to you.
I will kneel if I'm not freaking out enough to have the mind to do that.
Let's hold it together.
All the way.
Let's roll to keep it together. That's plus
Oh.
willpower.
I rolled 2 10s.
You are so impressed by your ability to hold your shit together in front of this strange individual, this monstrous, tall, assuming figure. It must be all the training, right?
Gotta be.
Welcome. You have woken.
Thank you for having me.
We should be the one to thank you. You sacrificed everything.
I did.
You've come a long way. But you've got a lot longer to go. What do you require? What do you ask? What do you ask of us?
Understanding.
You hear a cackle from beneath the ground. The laughing comes from inside of your skull. And you realize it's actually your voice laughing. Because things have become far more confusing, but also far more clear. You wish to understand? A pact must be made.
Act.
An oath. The moment you laugh, its head shudders and shakes, and bugs start crawling up your legs, almost as if they're hugging in a collective hug around your ankles. It's a warm embrace from the creatures that are stirring below you.
What else would they be doing? Yeah.
Bug hugs. A trade, and a pact, and an oath.
An oath.
You must give yourself sacrifice.
Let's do it.
Its chest has faces screaming all over it, stuck in a position of fear and anguish. And out of one of the faces, a singular arm slowly pushes out of it and holds a small blade out to you. Make your pact. Make your pact.
I take the knife. I guess I cut my hand.
The hand takes the knife away from you. And another hand comes out of one of the screaming, childlike faces. These arms are impossibly long. There is no elbow bend to it. And they are covered in this greasy, clear fluid that is just dripping off of it. And it smells like ether. There's a kind of a gasoline kind of smell. And it takes the blade and shoves it directly in the middle of the other palm, ripping it out, oozing black blood that comes out in gallons out of this small hole.
Out of me or it?
Out of it.
Okay.
Out of the whole of the palm of this creature. And as you press palms, everything becomes so clear. Venetrix has given you eyes to see. So you don't need your eyes anymore. Venetrix has given you new feelings, new sensations. So your nerve endings are probably useless. There's an orgasmic feeling of knowledge that this place is not home to anything at all. In fact, neither one of you are technically allowed to be here. But Venetrix is tricky and will allow you a place in the Citadel if you act upon its behalf, upon their behalf, for Venetrix is a collective. And hopefully, if you play your cards right, Death, you can be part of that collective.
Our collective.
Our collective, our collective,
Our collective.
our collective. There were 9, and now there are 10. And your eyes open up, and Chariot is kind of like pressing really hard on your head.
Trying to clean up blood. Did you really fall? Are you all right?
Yeah, thank you. I'm good.
Okay, there's a lot of blood.
Probably hit the coffee table. Don't worry about it.
Magus went running upstairs. The emus outside scared him, but it was sounding like there's a lot of stuff out there. So
Yeah?
are you all? You sure you're okay?
Yeah,
And Chariot would like offer a hand to help him up.
he takes it and he says, there were 9, but now there are 10.
9 what?
9 of them.
9 emu?
I don't know. That's what I heard when I was out.
Oh, maybe it was Leroy talking.
How was your smoke?
I didn't have one.
You should try one of these.
I'm good.
They'll calm you down.
No, I don't. Something's weird here, and
Then all the
gotta-
better to stay cool, my man.
Yeah, I gotta keep my wits about me. Maybe we should go watch for the Frank's towing to come to the exit or something.
Okay. That's how long do you think that's going to be?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, let's go. Should we tell shoot, Ben?
Yeah, let's go get him, I guess. Leroy was gonna get you some medicine or something, ibuprofen. I don't know.
I don't need anything, my friend. I'm good.
Okay.
Never better.
Upstairs then, I guess. And Chariot will gesture up the way.
Yeah. I guess I lead.
Where do
Yeah,
you lead
sure.
him? Where do you lead him to?
I'm going upstairs, looking around to see if I can follow the path that Ben may have taken. If I see any open doors.
You see the open door to the bathroom that Ben opened, and there's a old man in there, and he's on the toilet.
It's not Lenroy?
Oh, it's Leroy, all right.
Oh.
Oh.
I've heard him coming up the stairs.
No, when you were in that room with Delilah,
Oh.
you must have.
Never really wasn't. I was in the doorway. So
Why don't you do me a favor? Roll.
yeah.
Let's roll observe situation retroactively to see if you did
Okay.
notice.
What is that? That's just perception.
That's plus perception, and
All right.
remember,
Am I -1 or 2?
you are at. Let's just do -1 because you're keeping it together. Or I'm sorry, let's just do -1 because you're observing the situation.
Thank God, this is a wonderful roll. This is it's 14.
Okay. So what are you asking? If you noticed if you went into the bathroom?
No, I just wanted to know if I heard him come up the stairs.
Oh, heard them come up the stairs.
No, not them. Leroy.
No. Because
No?
you
Okay.
were freaked out that
Okay.
Delilah was force feeding oatmeal to an armless, legless man in the bed.
Okay. Well, as I close the door, I have my gun at hand.
You definitely hear them come up the stairs, though. Chariot and Death.
I have my gun at the ready until I see it's them.
Sorry, sir, and we'll try to avoid looking into the bathroom. We're gonna go wait for the tow truck or mechanic or whoever's coming with the gas.
He doesn't say anything.
Ben, if you're ready, we're gonna.
Do I see the paraplegic baby thing?
No, you're looking into the bathroom and you see Leroy sitting on the toilet with his head kind of down. It's at the top of the stairs. And it smells awful.
That
But
last
it does not smell like anything that you have smelled before.
Does that last door open at all?
The last door? No,
Yeah,
it's closed. Do you want to open it?
Yes.
So
Just gonna see what the fuck's going on here. I say to them.
yeah, you open it. It's a child's bedroom. There are toys everywhere. There are drawings in crayon on the walls. Not paper taped to the wall or affixed to the wall. It's as if a child was drawing all over the walls. A very tall child was drawing on these walls because they go all the way up to the very top. Some of them are even on the ceiling.
There's anything in particular on these drawings, images, and oddly enough, on the ceiling?
A lot of people. There's a lot of, men with hats, stick figure-y kind of. Like there's like it's like a large oblong head with like the arms are these really kind of ovally circles with little pin pricks for fingers. There's a crown repeated over and over and over again.
Crown?
Yeah, always a gold kind of spiky crown on not all of them, but just various figures. And the eyes are these like spiral black circles.
Fuck, how did...
Are you gonna go in? Are you gonna go in the room?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually walk into the room because I'm like even more intrigued over these drawings.
Where are you going?
I ignore them.
I'm gonna keep going and follow them. I don't really, whatever Lenro is up to, doesn't matter to me.
None of your business, right?
I guess if I see Ben going into the room, I'll proceed to the room as well.
There's a full-grown man sitting on the floor, wearing overalls, and he's drawing on the ground.
Same thing that's on the walls and ceiling.
Yeah, you can't really tell. His back is to you, so he's kind of hunched over and he's drawing.
Well, hello. Delilah's son?
He kind of turns and looks at you with this weird look in his eye.
Meanwhile, by the way, I still have a gun in hand.
Is that a real gun?
It is.
You want to let me play with it?
Nope.
I like some of them guns that the cops and robbers play with in the comic strips.
In the comic strips?
In the comic strips, Pappy lets me watch.
So, who are you?
Cletus.
Is it
Cletus.
Cletus?
You got a name there.
Ben.
Ben.
Yeah, Cletus. Who's your mother?
I ain't met no Ben. I never met no Ben.
Well, I'm Ben, so you're meeting me now.
Do I hear this?
Yeah, you hear this. Cletus is loud.
Can I give him my gun?
Well, yeah, you're walking into the room?
Yeah.
And you want to give Cletus your gun?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you give Cletus your gun.
Dude, what the fuck?
What?
Why are you giving me your gun?
He takes the gun from your hand, but he grips. This guy's never held a weapon before in his life, and he
Does it
kind of
make you feel cool, Cletus?
Yeah, it made me feel like real cool that I could take care of anything, like Pappy.
I think you can, Cletus.
Oh, you think I could do with everything I want?
You're a man, Cletus.
I'm a boy.
You're a grown man now. You're holding a weapon.
That means I can have all the candy I want.
Yes.
You won't tell Pappy or anything.
I'm not telling nobody anything, Cletus.
He's like taking the gun and he's like looking down the barrel and, he's got his fingers in the trigger area and is spinning it in circles and each time kind of pointing it at everybody. And
Yeah, as he spins it, I'm like,
I feel like a real cowboy with this. I reckon I want to go hunt or maybe play cops and robbers.
if I want to take your gun back before we get shot accidentally.
No, I'm good. That's a present.
That's mighty fine. That's mighty kind of you. Pappy makes sure that I'm polite with
Yes.
guests. I treat them well, and I don't touch them again.
I give Chariot a look of like,
Chariot's like at the door, like, I don't know what he's thinking. Just shakes his head.
You ever done
You got-
drugs, Cletus?
You got a name there.
I did.
What's your name now?
Vanatrix.
Might kind of you, Venatrix. I know the Venatrix.
He hit
Tr-
his
treat me
head
well.
downstairs, so
No, it wasn't downstairs. Is when I was minding the emus and they kicked me right in the skull.
oh no, not you.
Make me sick. I threw up all of them. I threw up all over that bastard. And then
Chariot
I choked.
just points
Then I
at
choked it to
Levi.
death.
Oh, yeah. They sound really big and kind of intimidating out there.
Yeah,
Who
I'm
needs,
afraid. I'm scared of the dark, so it scared me none. Not with
Cletus.
this. And he
Yeah,
starts pointing
You
the gun around.
not anymore.
yeah, and I start
Cletus?
backing up towards the doorway.
Even a tricks.
Yeah,
We friends now.
we're best friends now.
Best friends.
Cool.
Won't play cops and robbers.
Yeah, you want to be my deputy?
Oh shucks. I'm gonna deputize too. Don't tell Pappy, he's not a fan.
I'm gonna reach into my coat. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull out a badge. I'm gonna pin it right on him.
So you pull out an actual police badge that is nice and shiny on a leather backing with a kind of beaded chain around it.
What the hell?
Oh shucks, this thing real.
It's real. I took it off one of them dead cops we shot back at.
Oh, you
Damn.
took out them cops with this?
I give Chariot a look. I'm like,
You guys real robbers. I won't be a robber.
You can be on our crew, please.
You deputize me and you make me crew.
Yes.
Vanatrix, you do that for me.
Yes.
Now, last time you said you give me things, and you give me what I want. I want out of here, and I'm now stuck.
Stuck.
You remember?
So many places to go.
Where are we off to?
You remember? Have you met before?
yeah, when did you meet?
I never met a Ben, but I knew Vanatrix.
Yeah, when did you meet?
Levi, you've met him before?
I reckon we met next week. Mhm.
Next week?
Yeah, I reckon we met next year of the week.
Right.
Probably on the 9th, I'm sure.
We should go check the car.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I think it's time to go see if they've arrived at the car.
Cletus, you're
Aaron.
a man now.
I'm a man now.
A man
I'm a real man.
cannot just have one weapon. He needs another. Boys,
Yeah,
Wanna
boys,
hand
come
over-
on now. I'm deputized.
hand over one of your pistols.
I think
Please.
one is enough there,
Yeah.
Levi.
I'm not parting with mine.
Cletus pulls a gun on Chariot and points it directly at you.
Whoa! Why are you pointing at me?
Cletus,
I'm a deputy now.
he's a deputy.
You do a Venatrix here.
And I pull a gun on Cletus.
I don't even have a gun.
Can I disarm?
Actually, and I
Magus.
fire.
So two things.
I'm like, fuck this.
So Death, Venatrix, you want to disarm whom?
Magus, of course.
Okay. And Magus, you want to try to shoot.
Yeah, Cletus.
Okay. Here's what
I'll
we're
tell
gonna
you
do.
what I want to do if I get a chance to.
Let's engage in violence with each other. Shall we?
Yes.
Woo!
Plus violence. Both of you roll. Remember, -1.
16.
on
They're-
just you, Magus,
Jeez.
because Death, you're as fucking cool as a cucumber.
Sorry.
So I don't
16
have
still.
I don't have shaken anymore.
I'm sorry, I lied. 15.
You are completely composed.
And we are tied.
I'm sorry, I got a 15. Just let you know.
You got a 15? Okay.
Yes.
What did you get, Death?
I got 15.
You got a 15. Both of you, can you roll me act under pressure plus coolness?
Plus coolness. Okay.
Yeah.
I think as a fight starts, Chariot's gonna try and book it.
You're gonna try to go?
Yeah, I'm at the doorway. I'm just gonna run down the hall and try to head out front and run.
You get shot in the back by Cletus.
Okay.
The minute you turn, he pulls the trigger. So can you do me a favor and roll plus fortitude?
Uh, 11 minus 1 is 10.
Okay. You receive a serious wound.
Okay.
It gets a pretty vital organ.
Ah.
And what we're gonna do here is have you take some damage.
Figures. I was really attached to that organ.
So yeah, so you get another -1 ongoing from your serious wound. It kind of shoots through your back, kind of grazes one of your major organs and out your stomach. So you're kind of bleeding in two places now. It doesn't hit necessarily, it doesn't go through an organ, it grazes it.
Okay.
You could feel it. If you could find a doctor at some point, hopefully you'll be okay.
Sure. Yeah, I guess in the panic, I just yelp but continue running.
Yeah. So
Now even more so.
yeah, and you're running kind of downstairs.
Yeah, I want to run downstairs and out and towards the highway.
Okay. Death. What did you get for your act under pressure?
Well, I got an 18, but I got a -1 on coolness.
Yep.
So I got the 17.
How about you, Magus?
Beats me. I got a 16.
Okay. So you're shooting, but you're shooting fast, but Death is faster. And he tackles you. So you end up shooting through the ceiling, just above Cletus's head. And Death, you're able to get the gun out of Magus's hand as you both fall to the ground, roll around. There's a bit of a tussle, kind of one of those awkward gimme it moments where both of you are holding onto the gun. And Death, you're pulling the trigger finger out of the trigger and forcing that gun out of Magus's hands, like stealing candy from a baby. And the look in your eye, Magus, you see this look of calm, serene bliss and a smile on Death's face as he's pulling the gun out of your hand.
I'm going to punch him in the face.
You punch him. How's it feel, Death?
Linear.
Yeah. Very linear. Just like all the rest of the pain and the feelings. You stand up? Are you going to continue on, Magus? What do you do, Death? After he punches you in the face.
Keep punching him, by the way.
Probably shoot him.
You're going to use that gun on him.
Oh, I thought he threw it. by the way you did that. Oh no, I'm wrestling for that fucking gun then.
I think it's more interesting if you did throw it, Death, because you did kind of go like this, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like when you're doing? Was that like a throw or was that like a hold?
Taking it out of his hand kind of thing. But it's either way, whatever's more fun for the story.
I think it's more interesting if you do throw it,
Okay.
and I think it's very interesting, Magus, that you would jump towards it. Right? You say you want to go for that gun.
Oh yeah, no, I would totally go for the gun. Because this is like fuck my life.
Yeah.
Cletus. He's a cop.
You ain't no sheriff. Only sheriff's allowed into my bedroom. And Pappy says there ain't no cops allowed here. Only sheriffs and robbers. And you ain't none of those.
Cletus, I am a robber.
No, Benetrix say you're a cop.
Yeah, well, not everything out of his mouth is right.
Shoot him, Cletus.
He shoots. It hits your leg.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Can I actually try to roll to actually use death as to block him if he's on top of me?
Of course.
So, was that reflexes?
Let's use plus coolness. You're acting under pressure.
Wonderful. I love coolness. I got +3. I got it +3. So what is that? 7, 10, 9. Not so cool.
Well, you kind of go to grab Death. And the way that you go to grab him and you're reaching for the gun at the same time, you kind of slide the gun over towards both of you. And Death, you're able to actually pick up that gun. Magus, you're unable to get a good grip.
That's right.
And you also get shot in the leg. So roll plus fortitude for me. Chariot, where are you going as you're bleeding out?
I don't think he would be trying to rush for, towels or anything. Maybe if there's still some of the napkins right there in the living room as he comes downstairs, he might grab them, but he's just running for the highway. He wants to get away from these people now, thinking he can't trust his team.
Can you roll plus willpower to keep it together?
Sure.
I got an 11, by the way, for getting shot.
You got an 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
12 minus 2 is 10. Because I have a wound now, so -1 as well.
Yeah, you're like you have the way that this bullet pushed through your skin, you could feel your insides. Like you can feel the path of the bullet and where it's bleeding. And you are obsessed with trying to stop this bleeding, to do anything that you can, because you might not make it out alive if you don't stop this bleeding.
So I guess rush into the kitchen where the napkins and other things were and try to find something to like put pressure on it and then wrap it, towels,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, they're napkins that you
maybe stuff
could-
inside the wound a little.
You could. Do you want to stuff some of those napkins inside of your bullet wound?
Yeah, just a little, not heavy, probably just trying to plug it up if it's like disturbing and making him think of this open wound.
Can you roll plus soul for me? There's
Sure.
a searing pain as you're shoving these napkins inside of your bullet wound. And you are trying to
7.
stop this bleeding.
So 16 minus 2 is 14.
as you're with each napkin you shove into your hole, you're able to actually shove more fingers inside, more fingers inside of that bullet wound. You're actually able to shove your entire hand inside of that bullet wound.
Oh, that's not supposed to happen.
And you feel a hand inside of you touch your fingers and grab onto one of them. A very small hand.
And I would probably shake a bit and start to like jump, thinking someone was like behind me, reaching in through the other side of the wound, and like look around frantically in the kitchen.
Yeah, you see there's towels hanging off of the oven. And you hear creaking above you. Footsteps creaking above you, right above you.
I guess I would grab the towels and try to wrap now and then start for the door like was my original plan.
You're going to run out the door?
Yeah, the front.
Yeah.
So try to head back to the highway.
So Magus, you see someone else walks into the room. A very pretty young woman with blonde hair and a poodle skirt.
Is this Delilah?
Y'all boys are best behaving yourselves in here.
Fuck. No, Cletus just shot me.
Oh, good shot, Cletus.
Excellent shot, my boy.
Thank you very much, Delilah. I love you. I love you too, Cletus. You know, my husband is quite possibly the smartest man in 3 counties. Isn't that right, Cletus? Oh, shucks. Yeah, I reckon I'm pretty smart. I even went to the bathroom by myself. Didn't even need your help this time. See? He went to the bathroom by himself and didn't even need my help.
And trying to get the gun out of Death's hand as he's distracted.
Death, what do you do?
Probably kick him in the head.
By the way, what's my status for being shot?
That's a serious wound. -1 to all rolls. It's a serious wound on your leg, which makes it very hard to stand up. There's the bullet went straight through the bottom of your calf, kind of grazed the bone, and wedged itself right into your knee.
Lovely. I'm
So-
still gonna try to get that fucking gun.
Death, you kick Magus in the head. And Magus, you see stars and get kicked and fall down to the ground. Now, boys, no fighting in my house. There's no fighting.
We're just playing.
Boys will be boys. Yeah, that's right. We just playing cops and robbers. See, this here is a cop, and I'm a deputized robber. Look, I even got a real shield and everything, a real badge. We're gonna get out of here. We'll take our new baby, and we'll get out of here, far away from Pappy.
What if your baby had a twin?
Twins, you say? Well, wouldn't that be a blessing?
Would be.
Cletus, what if we did have twins? I'll give you anything you want. You know that.
I'll help.
I-
They should look alike, right?
Well, yes, they should look alike. They're twins after all.
The twins.
And it looks like 1/4 is already done for us. Good shot, Cletus. I reckon I can get my Kaiser blade. I worked this one the same as I did the other. We got to ask Pappy. Yes, what do we do about Pappy? Venetrix, what do you say that we do about Pappy? He's passed out drunk in the shitter. Again.
He is not 11 material. We can start our new lives without him.
Pappy was very mean. But he did take care of this house, and he took care of me, and he kept Cletus busy, so he would keep his hands off me.
Yeah. It's you should have the house.
I am a material woman, and I do deserve it. And I work hard for this house. Mama taught me everything. How to clean, how to cook, how to keep Papa happy.
Well, then he's got to go then if you want the house, right?
He's got to go.
He's got to go.
He's not 11 material.
It's not.
Yeah, he's not 15 material neither. Well, go on, Cletus. Magus, what are you doing?
Still want to go for that gun.
The gun that is on the ground?
No, Death has it, doesn't he?
Yeah, I have it.
That's right, Death, you do have it.
Yeah.
How are you going to go for that gun? You're going to lunge yourself at him?
Yep.
What are you intending on doing specifically?
Try to wrestle the gun out of him so I can shoot him.
And Death, how do you respond to that?
I think Junior's got to be in a timeout. We got to get these twins on the same page.
Discipline is next to godliness.
Spare the rod, spoil the child.
Spoil the child. Cletus reaches down and kind of picks you up, Magus. And he's strong. He picks you up by the leg. The leg that was shot, and a searing pain shoots from your ankle all the way to your groin. And he shoves a thumb into your knee, and he pushes hard. And he pulls your leg sideways and cracks your knee open. Like a chicken wing. And you're going to need to endure this injury. So can you roll fortitude minus 1 for your injury?
Okay. Sure.
Content warning.
14.
Oops.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 14.
14. You kind of lose, like he picks you up at the leg, and you're kind of you're pushing yourself up, and your hands kind of give out as your leg is broken. and you fall to the ground, and he takes his foot and pushes it up against your other knee and pulls your other foot the other way, breaking now both of your legs. And you have some pretty serious breaks on your knees, and you scream out and cry in pain. And Delilah laughs, and Cletus is laughing. Death, what are you doing?
It's all very linear. Let this happy couple deal with their child. I might go do them a favor and put old Lenroy out of his misery.
Yeah, he's passed out literally on the toilet, drunk, breathing heavily. He's got puke all over the front of his shirt.
Well, she shouldn't have to clean up more. I'll bring him outside. Let the emu have him.
You kind of drag him down the stairs.
Yeah.
His pants down at the bottom of his ankle, all the way down to his ankles.
Yeah.
You drag him, and you could hear him kind of grunting, but he's so drunk that he's just out like a light.
Yeah.
You drag him over to the back and throw him to the emus.
Yeah.
That's how they eat. They rip into him. And he is so drunk that he doesn't even wake up. It's like pecking at a giant bag of flour and blood. A mix of flour and blood. It's a gift for these emus. And there are other creatures that come out as well. So large, tentacled creatures that join in on the feeding with the emus. Impossible wolves with impossible mouths, unhinging like snakes. And you close the door and go on back inside.
As the collective would want it.
Chariot,
Yep.
you're outside in the front?
Running towards the highway. As far as Chariot's concerned, there's a crazy person inside, and it's death. And maybe the family at least is a little out of it, so Chariot wants to get away. And, well, he's shot. So run in for the highway.
You're running, and you're running as fast as you can because you have a pretty serious wound. You hear this howling and this growling from the other side of the fence. Now, at this point, you're passing the dead cornfield, and you could hear rustling and this kind of swooping and hollering of animals.
Yep, that's terrifying. Run faster.
And you make it up to finally the top of that exit. And you can see headlights.
Coming from the north or the south?
Coming from the way you came.
Okay. Which Chariot might be more inclined to anyway. So yeah, tries to wave them down eagerly.
And blue and red and white lights flicker on at the top of the police car as it slows down, and a light shines on you as the officer steps out of the front of the car. Y'all okay over there?
Sir, I've been shot.
All right now. Hold on. I want you to do me a favor. Put your hands up slowly. Nice and slow. Let me see both of them. Come on now.
Chariot would with wincing in pain.
I want you to put both those hands on the front of this car. Right on the hood there. Come on now.
Chariot would.
And he walks over to you. Now, you don't have any weapons or anything I need to know about?
I do not. And Chariot doesn't. Never had a gun. Was just the driver.
You never had a gun
Nope.
because you were just the driver.
Yeah.
And he pats you down and he finds your... What does he find when he pats you down?
Gloves, maybe one more Red Bull, my MP3 player, my school ID because I'm a senior in high school, and let's see, a cell phone.
Now, boy, I'm gonna have you sit in the back of this car. So I'm not sure where you came from.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you get shot, and who'd you get shot by?
Someone I drove up here with. He's at that house that's off this exit, and he shot me. We came from town south of here.
Now calm down. It's gonna be all right. Just gonna have you sit in the back of my cruiser here.
He shot me through the stomach. I'm bleeding a lot.
Yeah, I've got backup coming up. There's quite a few of us back. There's quite a few of us back here, so there's gonna be
okay.
You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine.
Chariot climbs into the back,
and the officer closes the door in the back of his cop car you sit. There's like there's like a little space for you to kind of, if you were cuffed, your hands would sit nice and comfortably while sitting in the back of this car. But thankfully you're not cuffed. But the door doesn't open from the inside, and the cop walks away down towards where you were.
I think Chariot would shout, I need to go to the hospital.
He doesn't listen, and he keeps walking. Magus, both of your legs are broken.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a woman who is very beautiful and very kind walking out of that room to tend to her crying child, hopefully your twin. And Cletus is trying to make quick work of your other arms. What do you do?
Fight with him.
Physically?
Still got the gun in his hand? Yeah.
Yeah, he still has the gun in his hand.
And try to wrestle it out of his hand to reach for my arms.
Why don't you try to roll for violence for me? Let's see how well this works. He's big and he's strong.
-2 at this point, or
-2. Bad baby.
we got a
That
1.
baby's acting up. Sorry, say it again.
1.
I'm sorry. You said you got a 1?
Yep.
He takes both of your arms. But something happens in the tussle. The way that he was holding the gun is so awkward, and he keeps like switching hands so he doesn't drop it, and he keeps like kind of looking at it too. It's like a child with a toy. And his thumb presses up against the trigger and it shoots, and he gets shot in the head. And he falls on top of you. Death, what are you doing?
I probably walked back into the house after feeding the emus.
Yeah.
I would have heard a gunshot. Probably would see some blue flashing lights. There's not much out here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably go to the blue flashing lights.
You go towards the blue flashing lights outside. As you're walking just past the Cadillac DeVille, which is now out of gas, you see a flashlight shine on you. I want you all to be careful. Stand right there. I want you all to get down on your knees right now. Go on now. He gets closer. You could hear the dispatcher kind of fire off some incoherent whatevers from his cop radio. He kind of, touches the button and, yeah, we got a 26. It's got to be some kind of cop code. No, better yet, he actually touches the button and says, yeah, we got a number 9.
You got a number 10.
I'm sorry?
You got a number 10.
Who's got a number 10?
You.
Me.
Beatrix.
You got any idea on your son?
Of course.
Now, you don't have any weapons or anything on you, do you?
Yeah.
He pulls out his gun. Now I want you to carefully keep your hands in the air. Where's
Sure.
this? What do you have?
It's my service revolver like yours.
A service revolver?
Yes.
You an officer?
Yes.
All right, officer. I have no way of verifying that right now.
You can tell by the wire under my clothing.
I can't tell by anything right now.
Okay.
So I'm just going to carefully pull this service firearm. I don't want you to move.
I'm not going to move.
He pulls the firearm. He kind of pats you down. He finds the pistol. He finds the drugs. And he finds your wallet.
Let's find the wire.
He definitely finds a wire.
There was a rod too from the jack.
Thank you. There's definitely a rod.
Just reminding. I am assuming that would be felt since it's pretty big.
You're a friend of the police, my friend, and I think that the Officer Bar Brady over here is really going to appreciate you reminding him that there is another weapon, and he pulls that out too. You got a badge number, jurisdiction?
New Mexico. And he says 810-2224.
810-2224. Yeah, we got a 50 for 810-2224. Couple, from his little walkie-talkie that's slung on his uniform. Death, what is your real name?
Travis.
Travis what?
Hayes.
Officer Hayes, I'm sorry. I don't want to blow your cover or anything.
It's all good.
We got a kid in the back with a gunshot wound.
Yeah. Yeah, he robbed that bank down in this is the name of the town.
Gallup. God damn it! I knew that
Gallup.
son of a bitch. Look. Well, there's there's more of us coming.
Yeah, well, he killed several of them.
He's a cop killer.
He's a cop killer.
We tried to kill you.
Yeah, no, he shot him in the leg. Pulled a gun on me.
Well, Travis, what do we do about this? It's obviously your case.
Well,
We can bring him in, or we can make sure the cop killer gets what's his.
I can handle it from here if you'd like. Cuff him, and I'll handle him at the farm. I have to wrap up some stuff here.
Why don't you roll to influence? Because you're trying to convince this cop who we've never met to partake in some dirtiness.
Yeah, what am I going to roll here?
Your
Charisma?
Charisma, yeah.
I got 16.
16. Well, listen, I want to go home. I've been working all night. I'll be right back.
Thank you, officer.
He hands you everything, and he goes back up to the car, jumps into the driver's seat, drives off of the exit.
I would start freaking out. Wait, what are we doing? We need to go to the hospital.
He didn't say anything.
Sir?
He stops the car right in front of your other car, walks out and opens the door, kind of reaches in and grabs your leg and kind of rips you out of the car.
I will try to get away from him.
He shoots you
Oh.
with a taser.
I spasm violently.
He rips the little cords out and he turns around and goes back to the front of the vehicle.
Officer, what are you doing? I need help, please.
He drives away.
Mother.
Death, what do you do?
Chariot, I need you to listen to me very carefully.
Okay.
I'm going to knock you out. And you're going to wake up somewhere. And I want you to try and play it cool. Bow when they come. Then what you're going to do is you're going to make a pact. And if you're lucky, you will be number 11. And I pistol whip him in the head.
Out like a light. Chariot, you see everything go bright and then dark. Magus, you have a
Yes.
large gentleman bleeding, lying on top of you.
Mm-hmm.
Both of your arms and both of your legs are broken.
I managed to break my arms already?
Yeah.
All right.
What do you do?
Probably just lay there and try to wiggle my way from underneath him.
As you're wiggling and struggling, Cletus smells like BO, a little bit of urine. I don't think he's going to the bathroom as well as he says he does. And Delilah runs in and screams. A scream that is been sitting in the bottom of her gut for years. It's the shrill cries of a desperate woman. And an angry and sad woman. Oh my God. Oh my God, are you okay?
I'm fine. He shot himself.
What a foolish man. I told him not to play with those toys so roughly. Everything is going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
What's going on here? Get me out from underneath him.
She starts pulling you out from underneath. Cletus. Oh, my poor baby. You're my baby now. And we're a family. And we're going to be just fine. Papa's not going to hurt us anymore. And your twin is going to be so happy to meet you.
My twin.
Why, yes, your brother. In the other room. He's sleeping. I drugged him because he was going to catch a death of cold, and I just needed him to be quiet. Sometimes children are difficult. So you give them a little bit of Papa's whiskey to shut them up. You're not going to misbehave now, are you, my baby?
I'm thinking of my options. I'm like, no, not at all.
That's right. Because you are a good boy. You're a good boy who loves his mother. Every boy deserves a mother. And I don't care what that wench of yours who shat you out treated you. She was an awful woman. I am a lovely woman. And you're a good boy. And we're going to be happy forever. Isn't that right?
Yes, Mom.
And she reaches over and goes, boop, on your nose.
Just trying to hold it all together, trying to get through this, survive.
Cletus is a very big man. God, I hope the freezer in the basement can hold him.
Freezer.
Yes, the freezer. How else are we going to preserve all this meat? There's nothing for miles.
It's true,
And
there's
she-
nothing for miles.
Well, nothing but those animals. Those awful wildlife. I don't want to catch you out back.
Yeah, I don't want to go back.
Never go out back, ever. Those animals are cursed. All of them. The
Don't
whole
say-
land is cursed. What since Papa, sacrificed Mama.
Why?
He thought he was going to get something out of something, but you know how the devil works. Talking out of both sides of his mouth, make a pact here, make a promise there. Never happens the way you want it. You're never going to go back there, and you're never going to talk to any of those. None of those demons and none of those creatures. And he
What are
grabs.
those things? What were those things with the emus?
There are emus. They've got 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Of what?
Gaia. And she grabs your hand,
Yeah.
which is completely dislocated from your body,
Yeah.
and starts pulling you into the other room. And she pulls you into the room with your twin and lays you down on the bed next to an armless, legless, passed out person with oatmeal all over their face. And she tucks you in. Nice and comfy cozy underneath the little baby covers, she says. Walks out and closes the door. And there are wheels squeaking and crunching bugs on the floor of a desolate wasteland as Chariot opens their eyes. And a torso stabbed and fused into an impossible clockwork machine with large bat wings opens wide. Welcome.
Hello?
It stands there as the black sun shines blue light over you. You have come a long way. You have come.
Chariot stands up and looks around, trying to make sense of the area around them. Where am I?
You're not supposed to be here. Neither are we. We have come, and so have you. Venetrix kind of had a southern accent there for 2 seconds.
All right. And I looked. Am I shot through the stomach here?
You're completely naked, and there is no blood and no wound.
I would like touch my stomach.
You feel fine. There's a buzzing and a whizzing.
I feel better.
For now. You feel better for now. But you must sacrifice or sacrifice. There are faces all over this thing's chest, and they all open their mouths wide, and horns scream out of each one of those mouths.
Sacrifice what?
You don't know sacrifice?
I know what it means.
You will.
What needs to be sacrificed?
You are the sacrifice.
Oh, okay. All right. Is that why I'm here?
What steps behind this creature is a very small person, as if both of their arms and their legs have been permanently bound against itself in leather straps and wires, and it kind of crawls over to you.
Hello?
And it holds a knife in its hand, its teeth chattering, its eyes lidless.
I take the knife.
What do you do with it?
I think. What do you need sacrificed? Myself?
If you don't know, we'll do it for you. The
Mm,
horns cry out again.
For what? And I guess I would look around for the horns as if they're announcing something's approach.
This small person in front of you bites hard on the back of your heels and tears into the tendons, the Achilles tendon in the back of your leg.
I would try to stab him.
You try to stab him?
Yep.
He swings himself over to you, on top of you, like a little backpack, and gnashes his teeth into the back of your neck as you continue to stab him. But it doesn't feel like anything at all to him. There's no real reaction. It's like stabbing a flour bag full of blood.
Right.
And he tears into you, each piece of you. And you bleed out on the ground. And it's the worst pain that you've ever felt in your entire life.
So
There
I
is
probably just scream as I'm stabbing crazily.
You finally die. And you wake up and you hear wheels turning across a landscape of bugs. And this cursed wheelbarrow with a strange creature atop rolls over. The horns cry out above you. The horns cry out above death, above Venatrix outside the house. The horns cry out within the room where two twin boys lay together on a bed, unable to escape. And a woman sits in a child's bedroom crying for the death of her father and the death of her husband, but also cries for the freedom that she now feels. And that is where we are going to end this Saturday night one-shot of Kult Divinity Lost, where we played the driver. This is a scenario in which you can download on Helmgast's website, cultdivinitylost.com. You can find it and make it your own. Have a date night with a couple of buddies or a buddy or a loved one, your spouse. This one's a fun one. This can be as intense or as light as you want. It is very rules light, only a couple of rules here and there. But ultimately, the name of the game is fun and fear. I am Marcosius. I am joined by Rob, Jay, and of course, my good friend Rick.
My name is Venatrix.
His
Nice.
name is Venatrix. Number 10, as they call him on the streets.
Went from 5-0 to 1-0.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Gehenna Gaming. On Facebook, /Gehenna Games. You can find a link to our Discord on our Twitter account.
Check out Rob's blog too.
Yes, your blog. Where is the blog that can be
It's nodirectionpodcast.com. I write
Yeah.
the investing in article series.
And where can people find you online?
You can find me on any social media at Silent Infinity, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook even.
Jay, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Twitter or actually Discord at One Unbeating Heart. It's definitely my login.
And Rick, where can people find you online?
Everywhere.
You can find me at www.venatrix.com. Subscribe to Venatrix's OnlyFans. And bugs. You're gonna love it. You got bugs in bikinis.
It
got
has
bugs.
everything.
Bugs. We got
Armless
bugs in
twins.
It's true. We've got bugs
Weird
in
emus.
We've got the best quadriplegic babies and
Bugs
cockroaches.
in bikinis.
Cockroaches wearing banana hammocks.
Nice.
You can find me at Def Malkavian and my name Rick Wheeler. Anywhere Gehenna Gaming is at.
And you can find me at Marcosius with 5s instead of S's. Good luck trying to spell it. Otherwise, just go to everything Gehenna Gaming, gehennagaming.threadless.com. Buy our t-shirts because I designed quite a few of them, if not most of them. We also have coffee cups and stuff, and this is what helps us keep the lights on. We also have a patreon.com/Gehenna Gaming. We have 2 elder gods here who we're playing in a one-shot. And what we do on a monthly basis is that we pull all of these people together who are awesome, amazing supporters of our cause. And we run one-shots for them on a monthly basis. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's Rick running, sometimes it's Ian. But it's always a really good time. I want to thank all of our other Patreons for, is it Patreons or patrons? I don't know. Gehenna Bites.
We had a poll.
Yeah, all of the greater Gehenna Bite universe. Also, listen to our podcast tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. There's going to be a brand new episode of the Gehenna Gaming podcast where I interview Michelle Belanger, which was a pretty amazing interview. I'm so excited about releasing this one.
Nice.
And
Who is Michelle Belanger, for people that don't know?
Michelle Belanger is a ubiquitous occult author, a paranormal investigator. She does classes and lectures and kind of one-on-one and group sessions with individuals for psychic development classes. And she is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. And also a huge fan of Vampire the Masquerade, and has a pretty dope Providence source book, which is insane, and no one's ever seen it. It's pretty amazing. But yeah, listen to tomorrow's episode. It's so good. What else we got? I feel like I want to say more. I think that's it.
Yes.
I mean, there's a game Monday. Maybe you tune in. Maybe you check it out.
Monster. You're talking about Monster Hearts 2, Gehenna Valley?
I am. Run by the amazing Brian and some of my fellow cohorts. I think are still in chat.
Some are, yeah.
Going to be
Yeah.
interesting game on Monday. Let me tell you.
It always is with you guys. You guys kill it on a week-to-week basis.
Ooh.
And then, of course, we've got. Do we have a deep dive this week on Tuesday?
Yes, it's that is going to be Nick and Wes.
Brother Wes.
From Carry On Comfort Studios.
Brother Wes.
Diving
Alien
into their
RPG.
part 2 of Alien RPG, correct.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Tune into that. Follow us everywhere. Tell everyone about us. And enjoy the darkness.
And thank you, Mark, by the way.
Yes, thank you, sir. That was
Thank
a lot
you.
of fun.
No, thank you.
That
You
was
guys are
fun.
awesome players. I had a blast. All right. Well, we're out, everybody. Goodbye. Sleep tight.
Or don't.
Unplugged.